Hi, welcome to FIT Spotlight. I'm Yasmin, and today I'm here with FIT alumni Tonya Blazio-Licorish. Tonya is currently the archives editor at Women's Wear Daily, and she recently authored the book Black in Fashion. Her book explores the contributions of Black designers who have made powerful impacts on the fashion community. It's such a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So I'm curious to know, you're originally from New Orleans. How did that fashion, vibrant culture and fashion landscape shape your love for fashion?
Well, New Orleans is a place steeped in history, not just American history, French history, Spanish history. It has a really global feeling to its culture, and I was able to observe something that I think was a benefit to where I love fashion, and that is basically the shopping and department stores that were beautiful and grand, and all of that created my sort of love and my entry point to understanding fashion's magnitude, right? For everyone, even myself as a young child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to hear about that shopping experience and the history within. So I know you've drawn inspiration from the history of fashion throughout your work at WWD. What was it like to curate and write this book?
I'm going to be honest, it is an honor to have done this project alongside my co-author, Tara Donaldson, and with Women's Wear Daily. WWD was a very important part of my fashion experience, and so for their history and their archive, it's a very poignant, important timeline that they carry to add to the canon of fashion. And the Black story, Black creative story, as we know, is a fluid conversation to fashion. So that, yeah, those are the things that sort of bring me to the project. Yeah.
So how did fashion history continue to impact the industry today?
Past, present, future.
Yes.
Right? I look at fashion that way always. It's a roundabout way to understand where it's been, where it's going, and where it can go. Fashion futures are sort of mitigated to its past, whether that's looking at it from a sustainable issue, where it's going to go as a technology, how technology we know is moving it so fast and so quickly. But in that space, there's time to look back at what could be improved, and also just the joy of making fashion, the beauty of it, the thing that we love the most about it, wearing it, right? So, yeah.
It brings a lot of flavor to everything.
Yeah.
Could you tell me a little bit more about how WWD became that first insight, really landing that front row?
So Women's Wear Daily is born out of DNR, the Daily News Record, a publication that starts the Fairchild Media Group. WWD is born in 1910. I say born because it's born out of DNR. WWD is there at a pivotal time for the American fashion industry as it's burgeoning on becoming. There's a new reader, she's a woman, and they sort of, I think, catapult themselves in front of her so that this woman who's working, right, in the fashion industries, and her daily or her interest, they sort of rely around fashion. It's a sort of consumer marketing opportunity that more women are reading newspaper, more leisure time, more time to stroll. And New York is an urban environment. It becomes a place to explore. Yeah. And Women's Wear Daily will be at the front of that. It strands this conversation around the zeitgeist, socially, politically, economically. And that audience is what drives them to become who they are, 365 days a year for 115 years. Yeah.
It's quite interesting to hear how WWD is able to stand out from its competitors and really land that seat there.
Yeah.
Your book includes so many pictures that illustrate how Black fashion has been showcased in WWD. Which photo did you find the most impactful when doing the writing process?
First, it would be Josephine Baker, who's pivotal to the influences that Black creatives bring to fashion. But then there's also people like Stephen Burrows, who was an FIT alum as well. And the image of him dressing model Pat Cleveland in the wrap dress, which he will have brought to fashion in the early 1970s. That's one of my favorite amongst like every single picture in the book.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
There's so many.
There's so many.
I'm sure it's hard to choose just one.
It's hard to choose just one. Yeah.
As a visual culture historian, knowing what you do now, what is one piece of advice you would have given yourself when you started writing?
to not be afraid of the outcome, to say yes to the project, allow it to sort of flourish, and be with it as a way of a learning experience, because for me this book was a huge opportunity to learn and also to explore my own knowledge and to add something that was quite, and I believe will be quite meaningful to the history of fashion.
Yeah, I love that advice.
Yeah.
Good, open-minded. I love it. Connecting back to today's fashion culture, why is it important for the industry to keep honoring and celebrating Black creatives?
So I think for me, the optimum phrase is visibility is possibility. I hopefully continue talking about this project. This book is important to understand that visibility is possibility. When you know that someone was there before you, then you sort of can go. You know that I can go do that, right? Because someone did that before me. And the idea that the conversation is fluid. It's not one, it's the many that make this industry what it is.
Yeah, those are great words.
Yeah.
Powerful. I love it.
Yeah.
How did FIT play a role in that?
FIT gave me tools. I would always say it gave me a toolbox to go out in an industry that felt like the Wild Wild West for me, right, coming from New Orleans. But it was big and it was beautiful and it was exciting, and being here, first day, first experience, first opportunity was, this is serious, like you're gonna take this seriously. You wanna do this, you have a passion for it, here's your toolbox. Yeah.
No, FIT, everyone remembers their first day, or just like those beginning moments are so impactful.
Yeah.
How did your time at FIT impact the early stages of your career and where you've landed now?
FIT helped me to know that there's more than one opportunity, right? How do you want to explore this industry, and how you land, where you land, I think is about the path that you take. You know, some people I was an explorer, I wanted to see the industry from all the sides. So I started in fashion design, then I go to fabric styling. As an incubator, we were the first class ever of fabric styling I was in. And that class was about textile observation, really. And the more you are in this industry, I think the word is to observe it, watch what it's doing, see how it's evolving, and what skills can you bring to each moment of that pivot that it's making, and the pivot that you're going to be making throughout your career. Yeah. So FIT sort of gave that courage and that confidence, right? That you go do it. You can. We gave you that toolbox. Use that toolbox we gave you. Yeah.
FIT is definitely a very hands-on and get out there type of school.
Yeah, it's important to the industry players. They know when you came from FIT.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and chatting with us today. It's lovely to hear about your accomplishments and from an FIT alum.
Yeah,
and
always.
Thank you all for tuning in. To purchase Tonya's book, Black in Fashion, you can learn more about her, and you can scan the QR code here. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
This video is produced by marketing communication students in the Advertising and Marketing Communication Studio
at the J. and Patty Baker School of Business and Technology at the Fashion Institute of Technology.
Join the next generation of marketing innovators.
Find out more at